Hey, what's IHTV? How'd you know? I think you know. Hey, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Taking the Harleys to Frederick Harley to get them serviced. Isn't that pretty cool? Just called the guys this morning up there at Frederick Harley, and they told me, bring the bikes up. I'll get them knocked out for you, and if not by late today, you'll have them tomorrow. I'm like, that's awesome. But I wonder what's going on with the CVO ST with the battery. And what's interesting is the transport mode on that bike is confusing. Listen to this truck warm up. Hey, it's nice and warm in here now. But the thing is, what's going on with the transport thing, where when I go to the turn the bike on, turn it off, hit the blinker switches, then hold it down, you don't get the 3 flashes. And is there a actual different setting in the computer to travel mode? Yeah, the new bikes, new technology, it just doesn't end, man. I mean, I'm not lying. It just doesn't end. And with all the different vehicles I have, they're trying to just stay abreast of what works and what doesn't. It really gets to be aggravating sometimes. Now, why isn't my phone connected? Jeez, great. Oh, it's a constant fight with the technology. Does anybody just get this? And I'm sure so many people watch my channel like, right, it's a never-ending fight. My phone is not connecting to the truck. So, also in the next 5 minutes, trying to get the damn thing connected to my truck, like, forget it. It just, it's so aggravating. The choices we make, right? That's why I think some people will say the choice I make, I don't want all this damn technology. I don't want it. I don't want it. But the manufacturers are forcing it down our throats. Is that right? This is interesting. My neighbor here cleaned up his yard finally. Oh, this is really interesting. So we got in the backwoods there, and so I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I'm looking at things probably like, you goofball. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to play out with that ship. What do you think? What do you think's behind the shipwreck? With that thing powering off, powering on? I don't know, man. Sad. Now, how many years will it take? How many years is it going to take for them to put a new bridge up? I mean, I've always thought about this D.C. area. It's not even comforting. I mean, all it takes in this D.C. area is for them to take out one major bridge, and oh my gosh, it'll be a total fiasco. So, does this put our country on more of a high alert that you better? I mean, people just aren't. I mean, I think people forget. I don't think they forget, but I don't think you think about it much. That how back in 2001 we had these terrorist attacks up there in New York, a whole different position was kind of taken in this country about the well-being and security of the infrastructure of what it is. And we've been very fortunate because nothing really radical has happened on our own side here since 2001. But how long is it going to last? I don't know. On the main road and go to Frederick, Maryland. So some people are probably, why wouldn't you go to Skyline Harley? Because this is only like 20-25 minutes from my house. Skyline Harley is an hour drive. I mean, I can't speak, I don't know for a fact, but I know that Frederick Harley, their service department opens up early. I don't know if Skyline Harley's service department opens it up at the same time. I would think they would. But it's not really about me not wanting to go to Skyline Harley. It's more about me being able to get this bikes up to the dealership in like 25 minutes. And there's the kid out there getting fuel. So that's what it's more about. It's more convenient. And F450. But now I'm pulling this truck and trailer, and wow, which you already know. It's this thing. It's like a feather. So I don't think this truck will really be much of a gas hog going down to Tennessee, which will be nice. And what's really cool is it just pulls it with no, it's so easy. So you drive a truck and trailer, and your truck is kind of having a struggle to pull that trailer. You just don't get it. If that truck is being jerked around from a trailer, and the fuel economy and the power, and I mean, there's a lot of things that go into pulling a trailer. And so for me, you witnessed it in Florida. I got so aggravated with that Ford Power Boost that I decided to get rid of it. The Power Boost really was a cool truck, but what really was bugging me was the damn technology. on how that thing would go into like a brick mode. And that happened a few times on that truck. I just really started being like, I just don't want it. That's really what drove it. If that truck didn't go into brick mode and it wasn't an ongoing problem, then I'm not so sure I got rid of it. I mean, that was a nice truck. I really liked that truck. But then I got to thinking, you know what? I got an F-150 Lightning truck back up north that can do everything that Power Boost can do local for when I really kind of use it. And so I just like, forget it. Let it go. And that's what I did. I let it go. And now I have a really nice Ford F-450. And yeah, is this thing nice? It's awesome. I mean, it's comfortable. I mean, it's the package. I mean, it just really is a great vehicle. And I got the massaging seat capability. And so, yeah, so it has a lot of technology in it, but at the same time, it's, I'm trying to get my massaging seat on. Can I get it on? There it is. There it is. See that? I love that feature. And when you do long trips like I do, you really just enjoy whatever amenity you can have to make the road trip that much more enjoyable. I will take it. The heated seats, heated steering wheel. I think the front windshield's tinted as well, so which kind of keeps it so you don't have to wear the glasses as much. And it's just so powerful. Even though I'm sure some that watch my channel may have been like, man, you should have gotten the high output. Yeah, that would have been nice, but the only one they had up there at Kuhn's Baltimore Ford at the time was kind of that dark color, and I just wasn't on the page yet to go that route. And I just really like this silver package. I really do like the silver. And really, a few years ago, I was going to get a black. When I got a black F450, I was on the page getting a silver one, but my sales guy kind of persuaded me to go for the black one, because the black really was nice. As we head to Frederick Harley. So back to Frederick Harley, yeah, so it isn't anybody that's a Skyline Harley person. It isn't about me not wanting to go see you guys. It's more about the convenience. And I'm sure it's no difference from living out near your guys. I don't think they'd drive to Frederick Harley. And Frederick Harley really is the true beginnings of me for my Harley life. But you realize it or not, Frederick Harley, it was really interesting. I was up there over the weekend when we were riding around the Ram TRX and the Super Bee, and the owner, Sean, I mean, the real owner is his father and mother, but he runs the store. And most recently, his key GM guy left, and he hasn't replaced him. So Sean is now back in there on a full-time basis, when before he was there and wasn't there because he had a guy there to kind of run it. But the whole dynamics of the industry have changed. I mean, the whole Harley Davidson business model is nothing what it was years ago compared to today. It's more of the yuppies, the money makers. It's not that 1970s, 80s, 90s rough, tough guy, Hell's Angels. You know, that was their base. But now it's more of the yuppie generation that's buying their bikes because you got to make good money to buy them, for the most part. So anyway, so we were up there, and I was trying to see if maybe anything made sense for the kid to maybe buy something. And he just didn't really have anything there that would make any sense. And then, as always, the Eisenhower Harley is always a challenge for these dealers, because Eisenhower Harley does not charge for setup or freight. So they don't, they don't charge setup and freight. So that's a huge challenge for another dealer, because that's a profit center for them. And when you start talking that language, other Harley dealers start cringing because they know that takes away their profit center. But back to Frederick Harley, that's where I bought my first Harley. That's where, I believe it was March, I think it was February or March of 2012, when I was up in Frederick, Maryland, and I walked in the door, and a lady was standing there and greeted me and said, "Hey, you want to ride a motorcycle today?" And I was like, well, if I ride one, I ain't buying one. Ah, ha, ha, yeah, right. They know that story, right? But I was taken back that as long as I provided proof that I had a motorcycle license, they would let me ride a Harley. So that was the first time ever I rode. Well, no, I rode my brother's Harley Davidson down in Florida back in like 1996 or something. But as far as me riding a bagger, my brother didn't have a bagger. He had a Dyna. And so as far as riding a bagger bike, that was the first time I rode a Harley. And instantly it's like, wow, this thing is so cool. And then I found they had a really nice used, like 2010 Street Glide, where a guy put a nice exhaust on it, and really pretty silver blue. And so it was used, a great price. It was the winter months, and so they were a little more aggressive. It may have been January when that happened, because they were a little more aggressive on the deal, because it was kind of dead of the winter, and he was freezing butt when I rode the bike. But then I had to get the blessing by the wife. Yeah, I had to get the blessing by the wife if I could buy the bike, which I knew that would be challenging. But she gave me the blessing, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so anyway, so I bought my first Harley from Frederick Harley, and that's where I developed a relationship up there. But then, believe it or not, I went to buying a Harley from like every dealer in this in the area. I mean, no lie, I've bought a Harley Davidson motorcycle from like every Harley dealer in this surrounding area, with the exception of maybe one. And I think that's over there in the old Fort Washington Harley Davidson, which now they don't call it that. That's it. Let me get up the road adjustments. Coming up here on Frederick Harley. Look at this Fredericktown Yamaha. Boy, that's old family as well. Some of these dealers just keep on hanging on. And what's interesting is for Frederick Harley, I mean, he really is borderline becoming one of the select few last independently owned Harley dealers. And he closed down his other store that used to be up there in Williamsport, Maryland. So here we are. You get the riding school. Look at that. Got lots of new people wanting to. Where do you want me to drop this thing? Let's check it out, right? We'll find it. Let's see how far up there our time. But I want to block that because they want to get in and out, right? So let's kind of be diplomatic. But anyways, this is one of the last, it's just all these Harley dealers are being bought up by the big guys. There's their class if you're going to take the training academy here. Get to ride the new Harleys and learn how to ride. How about that, huh? Got a lady instructor there. How about that, huh? All right, let's see what these guys want me to do or not to do, right? Be like, get your truck out of our space, man. That's the first thing. All right, I'm okay. So that's good to know. So I'm going to go ahead and turn truck off and get the bike unloaded. The one bike doesn't run, so that's challenging. Thank goodness for my kid being a strong kid, because last night we had to push that bike around and get it loaded. That was not easy. So muscles, the kid muscles. So the growing trend. So how many new motorcycles do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. 10 new students. So how about that? Harley's smart. They take and they put you on a Harley, so hopefully you buy a Harley, right? The moment of truth. You can only hope the bikes are standing up. You haul bikes around till you do it. It's always like, oh no. When it comes to when you get to your destination. And this was a short destination, so I didn't tie down the back. But if I had a long destination, these things start walking and they'll hit each other. Gotta get up front and unstrap it. So What are we doing now? Wow, it's all ladies. It's all ladies that are doing the training. How about that, huh? Isn't that a statement? The ladies. They're going to let me use the oil I've already bought. Thank God. That helps cut down the bill. Hear that? I think the 117 motor sounds so good. Wow. Yeah. If I say a kid wouldn't be happy, let's take that. Now that one sounds great. Now this one here, not so much, because the damn thing won't start. What is going on, right? Gotta love the chalk straps. Now, every now and then these straps become a problem, and you can't get them to bust. I've cut so many damn straps. Look at that. It's like an air ride suspension. That is so cool. That is so cool. Air ride suspension let it down. That was a great idea. Very good. And all right, there's the dead bike. Right there. Did you figure out how to transport it yet?
I did not. I'm still looking it up.
That's so crazy. It just makes no sense. So, all right, let me get out of here. Yeah, if I don't get out of here, I'll be buying something, right? You know that. I mean, if you know me, you know that. So, anyways, looks like it's going to probably be more when I come back and get this stuff. So, cool. Okay, I'm heading out. There's a young lady or lady learning how to ride a bike. So, you got the ladies out there, but oh boy. So, one of them just reached out, and you know what? And he brought up a great point. He's like, you know what? When you painted that Challenger background for your thing on your wall, he's like, that's probably where that came from. I'm like, wow, that's possible. I'm like, oh no. That's not good. It just doesn't end. Out here from Frederick Harley Davidson. It's a nice operation. Big. So if anybody's wanting to learn how to ride a motorcycle up in this area, that's a great place to go to, just so you know. As I get up the road here, and there's Fredericktown Yamaha. I've been there forever. And good old father-son operation. Incredible how many father-son operations there are in life and business. You know those stories, right? So that's cool. That's really great. This guy is so cool. He's like, you already bought all the oil and stuff. We're good. Just going to charge you for labor. So, I mean, my guess is I'll probably have a $300 bill. Whatever. It's all good. And they're going to diagnose the bike. But, I got to look up the trick to how you transport that freaking bike. This new technology. And I know people have reached out to me and mentioned it, but I just can't, just it's information overload. But now without the bikes in this thing's like nothing. I wouldn't even know this trailer is back here now. I mean, literally, with this, wow, right? Yep. Head her on home and yabba dabba doo, right? On the Choice Conversations Day. Oh, you gotta love Waze. I mean, I'd never guarantee it's right, but it definitely does help you behave, if you know what I mean by that. And most people do 70, 80 miles an hour down this road, 70 at least. It's a 55 mile an hour speed. And here's a cop right up here. Oh, the beauty of having property, right? Where you can actually drive your vehicles around wherever you want and not have somebody telling you what you can and can't do. And it gets a little wet back here, but this makes it a lot easier just to pull the trailer in. Now, if it was really wet, I wouldn't do this because I'd tear up the yard and the truck would be a mud pit. But for today, we're okay. So we're going to pull this right back in here so this truck's all ready to go for later to go get the bikes. So there it is. Harley Davidson Adventure Day at Frederick Harley. So I got more projects, more things to do, and stay tuned for more Ram TRX time, maybe. Oh, have you ever wanted to have an excuse to have to drive somewhere just to enjoy something you just bought? Yes. Look at this here. How about that, huh? Went from the diesel to the weasel. Yeah, whatever. This thing needs mud flaps. You know all this stuff that's spewing all over. But yeah, I'm going to go up to Leesburg. Got to meet a guy and drop something off. So, a different vehicle. How many different vehicles have I driven in one day? I've done it. No lie. Truly, I have jumped in and out of many cars in one day. So, love the rear view mirror. That is so cool. So, just sharing the fun of the fun of the fun with this new Raptor. Yeah, Trader. You don't even know what you own. The Ram TRX. So, you got 14. Wow. So it's interesting here on how this technology, you have to hard cable your phone to get the Waze, or I should say the Apple Play, to interact, versus the Ford product, the Apple Play automatically in the newer vehicles just Bluetooth and sets right up on your infotainment screen without having to